Book now at suncountry.com. Get to going.
Fan forecast.
We got partly sunny skies today, high of 22, dropping down to 10 tonight.
Later today at 12 noon, it's the Common Man program right here on Dumb.
Hey, everybody. It's the Power Trip Morning Show. It's Football Monday. But it's not just football on the station, no. We also have your Minnesota Timberwolves. And here is Coach Finstock talking about beating the Grizz.
And they came in ready to go right from the beginning. So jumped out to a lead, set the tone. That was what we wanted to do. And, we got great contributions from everybody up and down the roster.
Yeah, man.
Number
They're
one
rolling.
seed in the West. They are 12-4.
Look at that.
And again, the Thunder roll in tomorrow. The Thunder are the second best team right now in the West, and I'm very surprised Josh Giddey's going to be allowed to play. I'm surprised he's not suspended while the NBA investigates this. Have you guys seen this?
Can you enlighten me about that a little bit?
Yeah, so he's gone viral the last handful of days. There's a whole bunch of videos with a gal who's a junior in high school, and it's pretty clear.
Well, how old is he?
He's 21. But I mean, she's
so
17-ish.
this all happened when he was 21?
I think so, yeah.
I thought I saw something on social media saying that when he was with this gal, he was 19.
Well, the Thunder themselves, because people asked, obviously, how could you let Josh Giddey play? And the Thunder basically said, with our information, we're confident that, Josh Giddey is, should be available to play. So they better hope that they have something like that clearly makes him, innocent. Otherwise, it's a terrible move, and it just comes across as a bad look by letting him play. If I was a Thunder, I wouldn't let him play no matter what the information is until the NBA officially says or whatever is happening. But yeah, they claim that they have some information that will clear his name.
And the NBA says they are looking into it, but he is gonna, as far as we know, he's going to continue to play until they have something definitive. But the internet doesn't care, right?
No.
Somebody on Twitter a couple days ago posted Josh Giddey's stat line from, I think, Saturday's game, and it was 15 points, 15 rebounds, 15 assists, 15 blocks, 15 fouls, 15. It was just the number 15 a million times over.
Someone said that he would get a little too excited if they sent him to the minor leagues.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
So anyway, we'll see. He's gonna potentially be in town tomorrow with Chet Holmgren and SGA. And again, that Thunder squad has 1 million first-round picks in the next couple of years, and all of their first-round picks, including Josh Giddey, who's very good, have seemed to hit. They're on fire. They're trending the right way. It would be bizarre if something like this is what takes the process in Oklahoma City the wrong direction pretty quickly. Right, between Chet getting hurt last year and then maybe this, that would be unfortunate for so many reasons, mostly off the court, but definitely on the court as well. That would be really, really bad. Let's hope it's all wrong, but according to the internet, some of those videos are pretty damning.
Yeah.
Pretty damning.
I mean, especially there's one that just directly the girl says, I just bleeped Josh Giddey. Right. So, I mean, you can't really misconstrue that one.
That one's going to be tough to talk.
Boy, can you imagine being that gal's parents? Oh.
Yep.
Holy cow.
Yep. Right. Yep, that's a nightmare. On a much, much lighter note,
NFL.
The Charge Challenge. Check this out.
It's time for Fan 5, brought to you by Builders and Remodelers.
Quick update.
Come on.
Zach Halverson got 11 points out of Jalen Waddle on Black Friday, but everybody else either kept pace or exceeded that. So, he's basically screwed. There's 3 weeks to go. Zach is 30 points behind Parrish, 40 points behind me, like 50-plus behind Sauce and Hawk. I mean, it's absolute miracle time for Zach. Zach needs something like a 30-point game and has to have me or Parrish go basically scoreless in 1 or 2 games to have a chance. He's pretty much toast.
And the payoff is this is a travel bit, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
so
this
again,
is brutal.
The punishment is every team the Vikings lose to gets put on a wheel, and the losers of the Charge Challenge have to spin the wheel They will spin it twice and select 2 different cities. They have to fly to one of those cities, then drive to the other, and then fly back. Ooh. So if you are a fan of real punishment, you really want the Vikings to win tonight because you don't want Chicago to even be an option.
Yes,
You want the extremes of the country to be on the map and not necessarily Green Bay or Chicago or Detroit. You want them to be as far away from Minneapolis as possible and then as far away from the other cities on the list as possible.
And you don't want it to be Vegas because he'd be excited about that.
And he'd probably stay a handful of days. Why not?
Here are the teams that are on it. The Chargers, the Broncos, the Chiefs, Tampa, and Philly.
LA to Tampa, baby.
A lot of those are the extremes, right? KC is the one that's right dead center, so shortens a lot of the tracks across the U.S. But, I mean, he just needs an absolute miracle.
I got to say, though, this is if I was in Zach's shoes, if I was Zach's same situation, I would love this. This would be.
I don't know about that.
I'm going to go ahead and disagree.
Why?
Yeah, you're traveling across the country. You get to see the world.
You're all alone. You get all your free time. It's not like you're leaving a family behind. You don't have
incorrect. And here's
you don't have
why.
to work.
Yeah.
When we first announced this punishment, there were a whole bunch of people on Twitter that goes, so basically you're saying a family vacation is the punishment, like a cross-country trip, a road trip. What's wrong with that? This is potentially 4 or 5 days out of your pocket. You are not allowed to bring anybody else, so it's not a family vacation. You can't roll with your buddies. but let's go.
She's talking to dads here.
Okay.
Look, all of us with spouses and kids, I would love 5 days to myself. It's called Vegas.
Yeah.
My idea of a, quote, vacation by myself isn't driving from Florida to California without an opportunity to stop, paying for hotels, flights, gas, rental car. It's going to be a giant bill for Zach.
Financially, yes.
Financially, it's gonna suck.
Correct.
And how much fun can you have when you are not allowed to bring anybody? You can't bring spouses, girlfriends, boyfriends, kids, nothing.
Zach, have you mentioned your Venmo by chance?
He does. Okay. He mentions his Cameo link from time to time.
Black Cyber Monday sale time. The financial aspect of it. I mean, the last year's chart challenge cost me north of $1,000, which is a lot of money to me.
Yeah.
This is going to be more.
This is
definitely be more. Yeah.
This one is going to be
The
more.
reveal show is going to be fun, too, because spinning that wheel and seeing where it lands on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Click.
Oh, God, I hope it's, again, Philly or L.A. or
The
Tampa to L.A.
Well, see you later.
The mileage distance from Philly to L.A. is 2,711 miles.
It's going to take him 4 days.
Think about all the cool things you can see along the way.
You could.
Lots of corn and stuff.
Again, let's go back to let's all assume this is going to be Zach. Not only is it going to be a financial tab for Zach, you're probably going to have to take multiple days of vacation. You're going to burn vacation just wasting.
Because I got to do the show from the road.
True.
So,
which is also going to potentially suck. I think that would suck.
Well, that slows you down too from driving.
No, there will be no vacation taken because I thought that was part of the punishment.
I
have to do the show from wherever I am.
That is true. If you do it over the course of the week, right? If you don't just time it out where it's a weekend. Depends on the trek, right? If it's if you get super lucky, you could theoretically get back by Sunday night, depending on where it is,
right,
and not miss any shows.
Right.
If it's Philly to LA, you're definitely missing shows. You're not getting over there in a weekend.
I think that this is it's a great bet, but I'm just saying, for the person that's in last place right now, it's the perfect situation to do this whole bit because, Corey, you've got kids at home and blah blah blah. And I'm sure you want to make that trip as fast as possible. Hawk, you've always got things going on. Same thing.
Yeah.
Meat Sauce, obviously you don't want to be gone from your gal and Muppet all.
What the hell would he be missing?
Oh. And Zach, this is not
no. We want him to go on this.
But I'm saying, as you dwindle this down, the guy that basically doesn't have a lot of attachments here, with kids and a pet or whatever. If I'm in my mid-20s, Zach, this is not. I'm trying to paint a more rosy silver lining to you.
I don't want to talk about it.
If I'm in my mid-20s, and I don't have to take vacation days, yes, there's a financial component to this. you get a free road trip, which is a ton of fun. To see the country,
and you get to go to Philly. You know, Lieber's spot.
Lieber's been
that's
there.
Not a huge.
How often is he actually going to stop and smell the roses? He's going to want to power through this. He doesn't want to be on the road.
But why?
For a week.
Why? That's what I'm saying. Why
The
would
longer
you
he's on the road, the more expensive it is. The more hotels he has to pay for. You got to get this done as
sleep in
quickly
your
as
car?
possible.
And I'm not going to be sleeping.
Oh my God, Zach! Please sleep in your car. Please do that.
I've done it.
Do it again. That would be great.
I've done it.
Hawk, your thoughts?
I would rather do this than that Greyhound bus.
For sure.
I would agree
For
with that.
sure, yeah.
Awful.
Because you're by yourself.
Yeah.
Instead of just, I mean, there is a people watching aspect to it on the bus.
And
but
at some point during the trip, I might just turn left and disappear forever.
Yep. And then you know what you do? You don't go looking for Hawk.
Go looking for him.
You don't go looking.
See, that would have been a way worse punishment. And I know that you guys already did that, but if you had to spin this wheel and then you had to take a charter bus,
God.
or
That would have been a nightmare.
if you had to take a bus between the two locations, that would have been horrible.
Well, the original idea was brutal.
But then we realized it was going to be basically a 9-day
Yeah, it was too much.
trip.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to Forrest Gump it and walk?
Well, no,
What?
it was going to be. We would have wrapped it up pretty
It would
much
have been
by
next
now.
2 weeks.
And then you would have had to drive to Vegas for the Raiders game, then drive to Cincinnati for the Bengals game, and then drive home. We were going to triangle of death it. Minneapolis to Vegas, Vegas to Cincinnati, Cincinnati to home. But then we realized.
Why is it potentially worse than what it is now?
Because then you're guaranteed to be on the road for about 9 or 10 days.
Yeah, because you had to. You couldn't
'cause you
leave
had to
till
go-
after the
you had-
Vikings.
oh, I got you.
and
I
you get to
got
fly
you.
out to the
Right. And I was like, I can't miss 10 days of December with 2 kids and a wife. That would kill me.
And I can't because, I've got Madden.
He's got Madden. He's got yard work.
And the show.
I got nothing to live for but NBA 2K.
All of this is true, right?
He's got mayonnaise and Al's breakfast.
I would miss my wife
You
dearly.
would miss his wife.
But, all I've got is Tiger Woods golf. I got nothing to live for. I might as well die.
You got red zone.
Right,
What
I
would
got
you
nothing-
miss? If you were gone for 5 days starting today, what would you miss?
My wife.
No, I understand that. I'm saying, what daily activities would be like, how do we survive without Paul?
I don't know. I could simulate my Madden season and be
Do that
fine.
on the road.
I got nothing to live for,
let's do
guys.
it.
Put me down.
Let's do sports when we get back. Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
For more information about contests on the station, go to kfan.com/rules.
It's See Better, Drive Safer month at O'Reilly. Or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
And Doug. With Liberty Mutual, you can customize and save hundreds on your car insurance. But what to buy with those savings? Yep, I bought a sound effects machine.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Savings may vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Open the app and click on the holiday banner or search iHeart Holiday and start listening to Cool 108. Plus stations playing all kinds of holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, R&B, tons of playlists, even podcasts. Yay! Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Staples Holiday Deals mean amazing savings for the holiday season on hot tech like laptops, game systems, earbuds, and more. Right now, save up to $350 on select PCs. In-store only. Offer ends 12/23. See an associate for details. Have yourself a merry little holiday deal at Staples.
Well, builders and remodelers would like you to know that anything's possible. You need a new roof. It's not too late. You need a new roof. You need it. You need new windows. Anything's possible. That's right. Yeah, this is Dan from Builders and Remodelers screaming that anything. This is like I'm gonna pretend. Ding ding. Hello, it's Dan from Builders and Remodelers. Dan, this hockey. I need new siding.
Anything's possible.
You mean it's not too late in the season, Dan?
Anything's possible.
That's right. So call Builders and Remodelers at buildersandremodelers.com. Doors, windows, siding, roofing. They do it all, and they do it well for more than 70 years. Builders and Remodelers at buildersandremodelers.com. Nobody does it better.
Join me, Teneby, and Corey Cove on Tuesday for Hockey Night, presented by Coors Light at Willie McCoy's in Champlin from 7 to 9. We'll watch Minnesota versus St. Louis, play hockey trivia, and registering to win luxury suite tickets. Go to KFN.com. Keyword hockey. Hockey Night this Tuesday. Willie McCoy's in Champlin.
Looking to switch your phone service? Well, what if there was a carrier that wasn't just another phone company? One that's brand new, built with technology for the next 50 years, not the last 50. Well, now there is. Boost Infinite Wireless, the only carrier that switches between its own network and the other top 2 networks to find the best quality calls and data for you anywhere, anytime. And you can get a low-priced, unlimited wireless plan that gives you a new iPhone every year. Its power of new technology gives you better service at lower prices. Switch today. Boost Infinite Wireless. Call 855-55-BOOST. That's 1-855-55-BOOST. Or visit boostinfinite.com. That's boostinfinite.com. Or go to amazon.com and search for Boost iPhone 15 today. See boostinfinite.com for terms and conditions.
The St. Paul Ice Fishing and Winter Sports Show presented by Clam is back and better than ever. Shop the season's hottest deals, meet pros, and register for a chance to win the ultimate ice fishing giveaway. All at the St. Paul River Center December 1st through the 3rd. Get tickets at stpaulicefishingshow.com.
Hey, it's Meat Sauce. Feeling parched? Run to Holiday Station stores and grab Powerade, Vitamin Water, or Smart Water. Enter your number at checkout to win $40K. Restrictions apply. Hydrate at Holiday and stay in the game.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, unless you can't find the perfect gift for your spouse, your mom, or even your child's teacher. But look no further. Hey, it's Ben Lieber here for Woodhouse Spas. And this holiday season, give the gift of relaxation with a gift card from Woodhouse Spas. Woodhouse offers over 70 spa services that will leave them feeling relaxed and rejuvenated, making this the perfect gift. Visit WoodhouseSpas.com or stop by Woodhouse Spa in Maple Grove and Woodbury. And coming this spring to Rosedale Center, it's WoodhouseSpas.com.
Time is of the essence with COVID-19. Prescription oral treatment must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Learn more at treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. The best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
If you're looking for new pickups or SUVs at bargain prices, look no further than Mauer Buick GMC in Inver Grove Heights. Terrific deals available right now on half-ton Sierras, a big selection and big savings on Acadias, Terrains, and Yukons. Remember, at Mauer Buick GMC, we're not #1, you're #1. Great savings on half-ton Sierras, Acadias, Terrains, and Yukons. Available right now at Mauer Buick GMC. Visit MauerBuickGMC.com. That's MauerBuickGMC.com.
If you're in a pinch, call Finch Home Solutions, your local electrical home service specialists.
Now back to the 651 Carpets Plus, home of the Next Day Install Studios. It's the Power Trip on the Fan.
Here we go. It is a Purple Monday on the Fan, and we want to send you to tonight's game. Caller 15.
What?
Will win a pair of tickets to tonight's game versus the Bears. 1-800-320-5326. Good luck.
Tonight's game?
Yeah.
Tonight's the night.
No, not the T-word.
So make sure you can go tonight before you call.
We're giving away tickets?
Yeah, that's what it says right here on the screen.
That's awesome.
That is pretty cool.
Hell yeah, man.
Well, join us. It's going to be a fun night down at
little
the US
join
Bank
us.
Stadium.
Hey, by the way, one thing we forgot to mention, Chris, on the flip side of the Charge Challenge, you have an 11-point lead with 3 weeks to go. And whoever wins the Charge Challenge this year is the Ghost next year and is immune. And by the way, I don't think we established this, but I'll say this, even though this greatly benefits Chris.
Yeah.
If Chris wins the league and is the Ghost and is immune next year, if he wins the league as the Ghost next year, he should remain immune in the Ghost again, correct?
Yeah.
Of
You can be
course.
the Ghost for as long as you can keep winning the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
think
know what happened.
You should get rewarded for beating everybody next year and having everybody lose the Charge Challenge. So
hasn't Chris lost the most?
Yeah,
in
he's
this?
earned that.
Yeah, almost.
I
It's
saw the
always a
billboard.
foregone conclusion. Yeah, right.
And this
Yeah,
year
the
he's
whole
dominating.
joke was, hey, Corey, who's going to lose the Charge
Chris.
Challenge? Yeah.
Chris.
Oh,
Not this year. Now he might win it. 3 weeks to go.
for you all.
Ben, let's go around the old NFL and get your thoughts on some of these games, right? We had some interesting ones last night. In overtime, the Philadelphia Eagles 37-34 over the Buffalo Bills. The Bills got on the board first with a field goal, but Jalen Hurts walks it off with a game-winning touchdown run, 37-34. Josh Allen now in his career, 0-6 in overtime, has never won an overtime game. The Philadelphia Eagles are 10-1.
We have talked about the Bills, the demise of the Bills. I feel like a couple times this year. I don't know if this is just a trend of things to come, and maybe Josh Allen's not as good as we all thought. I think it's a complete disaster over there, from the head coach all the way down. I think that they are going to have to revamp a lot of the things going on. I don't think Stephon Diggs is going to be there again. Next year he'll probably force his way out. Josh Allen has proven not to be clutch and to be more of a liability passing the ball, especially in clutch situations. So
it seems like there has not been one game that he hasn't had at least an interception.
Well, there is a streak. I don't know what the streak is. It's eight straight games with an interception.
Because he had one last night.
Look, I think that their window of opportunity to win is almost closed.
They also, Ben, to your point with Stephon Diggs, there are multiple third downs where he's not on the field. They just take him out of the game. It's weird.
Yeah, they kept mentioning that on the broadcast, for the game. But man, Allen, two TDs and 2 rushing touchdowns as well.
There are some statistics that I'd like to share with you now, and they are numbers.
Check this out. I would have guessed this number was bigger than this, but according to ESPN Stats and Info, the Eagles have won 4 straight games now while trailing at halftime. They're just the 4th team in NFL history to do so, and that's the record.
Wow. Really?
Trailing at halftime in 4 straight games and winning all 4. Doesn't that sound like that number should be 7-ish?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, you could be trailing by 3, trailing by a point.
I guess the comeback is 7 or 8 game win streaks are pretty rare.
Yeah, they're pretty
in
rare
itself.
anyway.
So to have to be trailing at halftime in 7 or 8, but I can't believe the record's only 4. So they're the 4th team to do it. If it happens again next week, if they're trailing at halftime and then find a way to win, then that's the most halftime comebacks consecutively in NFL history. Paul, your hands up.
They play the 49ers next week in Philly. What's the line?
Philly by 2.5.
San Francisco is a 3-point favorite.
Wow.
San Fran is.
San Fran is a 3-point
according
favorite.
to ESPN.com.
All the way to Philly.
Yep, they're a 3-point favorite.
In a 10-1
Interesting. Anybody have a thought on that bet?
I'd take
what side
Philly.
would you be?
I would take Philly as well.
No, sorry, I
Definitely
would take
Philly.
San Francisco.
Really?
Yeah, they're a 2.5-point favorite on DraftKings. Yeah, I would take San Francisco.
Minus 2.5.
Yep.
Eagles are
I'll take you on
5-0 at home this
All
year.
right.
What's the bet?
100 clams?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do 100
All right,
clams.
clams. There we go. Betting some clams.
Yeah, clams are yucky. You loved them in the 80s, though, huh?
Let's see here. What else matters to us? That game doesn't necessarily matter. That one doesn't
Hey,
really
real
matter.
quick, as you're looking up scores, I looked on the Vikings app, but I know that sometimes is not always the most up to date. Have they not still set a time and date for the Cincinnati game?
No, I haven't.
What is
seen
going on with
supposed
that?
to be it could be Saturday or Sunday, right?
But with Burrow not playing, why? What's the holdup?
Hawk, do you know?
Don't know.
It's a good question because
Do
that's
not
not
know.
going to be a primetime game.
That's not going to be a primetime game anyway. Dobbs
Jake
versus
Browning.
Right.
Yeah. No, the nation does not want to see Bengals Vikings.
The Bengals are the Monday night game next week.
Don't they understand that there are things that I'd like my schedule to be set and looking forward here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, you have reasons to live. You have things to schedule around. The Kansas City Chiefs won 31-17 over the Raiders. The Chiefs are 8-3. Mahomes with 298 yards and a couple of touchdowns. The Vegas Raiders are the opponent of the Vikings in a couple of weeks. I believe they also have a bye, I think, next week. I think they do. Right?
Yeah, they are.
That was the reason why they thought they could flex it to Thursday.
Got it.
Yeah, they're on a bye.
All right, so both the Raiders and the Vikings will have a bye next week, and then they square off in 2 weeks. We'll be there in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Can't wait.
Aiden O'Connell of the Raiders, 23 of 33 for 248 and a touchdown. Josh Jacobs over 100 yards. So the Raiders actually didn't have a terrible game, but Chiefs win 31-17.
Yeah.
The Chiefs and Mahomes does not lose to the AFC West. He just whoops his own division he has in his entire career.
Yeah. Did you guys see that stat about him? By far in NFL history, the best winning percentage or best percentage for a quarterback with a double-digit deficit in a game.
Sheesh.
So he had a double-digit deficit again. I think he's like 15-11 or something like that. And the next closest person, like maybe Dan Marino, is not even close to him.
Wow.
Like, it's incredible what he's been able to do with this offense and this team when they're down and they feel like any other team would be out. He can kind of will them back. Thing is, the Raiders started off hot. Josh Jacobs, what 70-some yards on a carry for a touchdown. And it's like, well, if they can just continue to run the ball and hit the ground with Josh Jacobs, they got a chance. But the story of the year has been the Chiefs' defense, and they once again keep standing up and playing tough, and that's why they're probably going to be in the Super Bowl again.
Maybe it was the extra practice that they put in with the wide receivers. Did you hear that storyline? Because there's been so many drops that they've had, and a lot of it they're talking about is the fact that the receivers are not actually running the right routes as far as depth and stuff like that. So the timing's off, but then also the throws have been off. Just because, so then the Mahomes decided, okay, that's it. After practice, we're all going to hang out, and then we're going to run these routes, and let's get back on timing. And then, they turn around, 31-17.
Lost your hand was up.
Kevin Seifert just tweeted, per ESPN, the Vikings are unlikely to play Justin Jefferson tonight, giving his hamstring 2 more weeks to heal before he returns against the Raiders game. They have until 3 p.m. today to reverse course and add him to its 53-man roster.
So let me ask you guys this. He's not the first elite player to be in a situation where you miss a lot of the season.
Cooper Kupp.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that he's a top 3-4 receiver in the league. Does he still deserve to be in the Pro Bowl?
Good question.
Missing that many games, I don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
you said this in the
be.
past, though. The Pro Bowl is a little bit of a.
It's a popularity contest, for
He
sure.
will be.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to voting, let's say he finishes the season strong. Let's say he finishes the season in JJ-like fashion, even with Josh Dobbs throwing him the football the last 5 games. If you put up his numbers, obviously he's going to be missing 8 games or whatever. Does he deserve? Does a player like that deserve to get an accolade of being rewarded for having a great season and being one of the best on the year?
Good question.
I'd say no, but I mean, ultimately, like you said, it's the Pro Bowl. I don't think anybody should be offended if he does, but I don't think you should be rewarded if you miss.
I'd be offended if I was a player that didn't make it because of.
For sure,
right?
I don't think the fans should be offended though, because ultimately it doesn't matter. But if you're a wide receiver, like to your point, that has 15 games, 14 games under their belt, or maybe the entire season, 1,000+ yards, a handful of I don't know. Especially, are there bonuses attached? Okay, then that definitely would piss me off as a player.
Yeah, JJ's sitting at 571 right now and 3 TDs.
Yeah, let's say that he finishes with 900 yards.
Right.
That's not a Pro Bowl year.
No, No. And then to your
But
point,
we know that he's a Pro Bowl type of player. He's an all-pro type of player.
there's going to be somebody else that has better numbers, had a better season, played the whole season, and won't get in.
Let's go full circle for a second, because if we're talking about JJ, and you mentioned Stephon Diggs and how it's not working in Buffalo, man, you look at this freaking receiving group from the Kansas City Chiefs. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Justin Watson, Noah Gray, Sky Moore, Rashee Rice, like Isaiah Pacheco. I mean, so there's running backs in there too. Kelsey.
Yeah.
They have nobody at wide receiver, and they still might win the Super Bowl.
And the rookie, Rashee Rice, might be the best of the group.
You are correct.
But that's my whole point is I don't think the Bills would ever trade Diggs to the Chiefs if he forced his way out, because you just can't give Mahomes that, right, and have a chance for the next 10 years. But, man, if I'm Justin Jefferson, if I'm truly pissed here because I didn't get a deal, I don't think he is, but if he is, or if I'm Diggs, I would be begging to go to the team that needs a wide receiver maybe more than any other team in the league, and you have the best quarterback. What a blank palette for anybody that can catch a ball. Those guys suck in Kansas City, and they're 8-3.
But if you put your GM hat on, though, why would you pay for a high-priced wide receiver when you can be just as successful with a quarterback that most of his throws are in scramble coverage anyway? They're off script. You just have to have cheap wide receivers that know how to get open and can catch. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Is like, I know that what Muss was saying about them doing extra practice and stuff, but a lot of this, I don't care about your depth or your timing or whatever. A lot of these guys are just dropping balls. Like they weren't hard catches.
Even Kelsey.
They had
it on the carpet.
They had the best receiver in football, and they gave him away.
Exactly. And they ship him off to Miami. They didn't want to pay him. And so I would argue, well, why would we pay one of these guys?
I would argue that because Kelsey's 34 years old, and at some point Mahomes is going to say, you got to give me something.
Well,
right?
draft a guy.
Like Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, though. But think of
Devontae Adams.
They just, right, but for years he begged for them to get him somebody, right? And to the point where I think he got tired of Green Bay and wanted out eventually. You don't ever want to take the chance to piss off Mahomes. He's a lifer there. He's not going anywhere. But you don't want him disgruntled. Especially
but
if
why
would
you spend pick number 31 or 32 and get a first round wide receiver?
You could try.
You could try.
You got to do something though.
It's better.
These guys
than
are terrible.
It's better than paying, whatever it's going to be, $80 million in guaranteed money to one wide receiver.
Isn't that though like the missing piece there? Wouldn't that be nice to have? Just like all we really need is a great wide receiver, and
But you could find
solid.
You could find a lot of wide receivers that aren't that caliber. That would be a lot cheaper. And then in that offense could be as successful. Look at this. Think about what a guy like Adam Thielen would do in that offense.
Yeah, that was Corey's plan. Corey kept saying that when he left, that he should go to the
I thought
Kansas
he should have
City.
signed it with Kansas City. I don't know why he went to Carolina. I would have gone to Kansas City if I was Thielen. Not even more so, to your point.
Yep.
I mean, he's had a decent year with freaking Bryce Young.
Exactly.
Not good.
He could have got to the goddamn Pro Bowl if he had Mahomes throwing it to him.
They could draft a low first rounder, a second round guy, and show Mahomes, hey, we're investing in this spot. Look how talented this young receiver is. Look what he did in college. We're going to give you this weapon, and also we're going to give you this mid-tier veteran guy that knows how to run routes, has great hands, is going to be super reliable, and can run after the catch. And you could do all of that very cheaply.
That sounds almost exactly what the Patriots did with Brady for 2 decades, right?
Yep.
Outside of Randy Moss, it was just, let's just find kind of slot receivers that all look like Wes Welker and see what they can do. Right? And then draft one once in a while. It probably won't work because Belichick can't draft worth a damn.
They had corners playing wide receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they tried.
Anyway, on that note, I love you guys. Gotta
Love
go.
you.
We'll see some of you guys tonight.
We'll see you tonight.
And then we'll see you Thursday on this show again.
We'll see you
Right,
Thursday.
back on Thursday?
Yep.
That's right.
I'll be back.
Bye. See you, man.
All right, headlines. Here we go. A woman on a Frontier Airlines flight out of Philly pulled her pants down and tried to pee in the aisle.
Yeah. I saw the video.
Did you? Was she doing a teeter-totter or what?
No, she was just angry. She wanted off, and they weren't listening to her, so she pulled him down.
Sorry, everybody. Are you serious? I gotta go pee.
Yeah.
I love the sorry everybody before you start peeing.
Frontier Airlines is becoming the Greyhound bus lines of the air.
You are correct.
Yeah, you gotta
More
feel
than Spirit or similarly to Spirit?
I don't know. I've never ridden Spirit.
I've heard Spirit is as bad as it gets.
That's got to be deflating for
fine.
her. I mean, considering when she did it, everyone just like instantly booed.
Well,
you know,
she
like
was
when you're
about to
dropping
number two.
trowel and people are instantly just going, "Oh no!"
Well, nobody wants to see somebody win.
God, that's
I'm
twice.
sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
You just let it go.
Hawk's dad would have been, speak for yourself.
Some guy in Northern California got caught with a fake license plate that was obviously drawn by hand.
Come on.
But it gets better.
All right.
The idiot that drew his fake license plate also had a fake expiration sticker as well, with a date that was expired.
That's lazy.
That's so lazy.
Did he do his own vanity plates though? You know, just like
Man, can't even put the right expiration sticker on.
Come on.
You're getting pulled over for that, buddy. A study found that being attractive might help men get ahead at work more than it helps women.
Don't I know it?
Number one, no.
Really?
And number two, I'm just glad that finally something's going our way.
Yeah, it's about time.
I don't buy that for a second. Do you guys buy that?
No.
No.
I'm handsome as hell, and here I sit.
Whoa.
I think you summed it up.
Wow.
Sit.
A
Sorry,
3-year
everybody.
cruise was supposed to
Sorry,
depart from Turkey this month, but it got canceled last minute. And now people are furious because some of them sold their homes and have nowhere to go back to.
Oh, wait. Say that again.
Was this the bit Hawk was going to do?
That's what I'm wondering. Is this
Yeah.
It's a 3-year cruise. It was supposed to leave Turkey earlier this month.
That
It got
might be
canceled.
it.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Got canceled.
Awful.
He applied for it.
I did.
No
I thought
joke.
about
Where'd
it.
it go?
I thought,
They did him a favor by canceling it.
well,
Or did they?
no. You sell your home, you're ready to roll, you already paid for it, you got nowhere to go.
So you had like a 3-year plan on this
Yeah. You just
ridiculous
go.
tour?
And you could do the radio show.
Yeah, go over the world, Muss. You
I
see
did
in the
a
world?
full-on breakdown.
He did. He looked
I packed
into it.
my
Yeah, he
bags.
did. He even applied for it.
I did.
Paul, your hands up.
The Panthers have fired their head coach.
Did they really?
Yeah,
What's that
Frank
dude's name?
Reich has been
Oh,
fired.
Frank, no kidding. Frank.
Yep.
Yeah, poor Frank.
Oh, didn't even make it the whole year.
Wow. Well, they're pretty
According
bad.
to our guy, Tom Pellis.
You know what? They drafted their quarterback, and he wasn't the guy. At least so far, anyway, right?
Looks like he's not going to be great, and obviously CJ Stroud is fantastic. I wonder how much say Frank Reich had in the drafting of Bryce Young.
I don't know.
Right, because if it wasn't his choice, how do you blame him if his guy's not good enough?
Yeah, right.
And it seemed like that was determined so early on.
Yep.
I mean, they were, nope, this is who we're going to go
Yeah,
with.
it was like
The year
February.
before. Yeah.
Here's a good transition out of Frank Reich. At least 5 cases of eye syphilis have been linked to a promiscuous man in Michigan who's been sleeping around.
Eye syphilis.
Have you ever had that, Hawk?
syphilis? No, I've not had that.
It's a great Apple product.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
See, that's funny, Zach.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Means a lot.
Just seems like you're doing it wrong if you got eye syphilis.
Well, or very right.
Yeah, well, let's not jump to
Yeah, no,
judgment.
I mean,
Let's not.
You like what you like.
I think the two guys over there have had stuff.
I think they pretty much summed it up. They
Dare
both
you.
raised their hand immediately.
Yeah.
Double amputee Olympic runner Oscar Pistorius. Remember him?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
The murderer.
Killed somebody,
Yeah, he was granted parole on Friday. He's been in jail since 2014 for killing his girlfriend. But according to this story, I didn't even see this over the weekend. He's been granted parole.
What? What?
I did not know
You
that.
don't get parole when you kill somebody.
I don't have to.
You shouldn't.
Think it.
How did I not see that once on social media? Am I the only one that
No,
didn't see
I
that?
saw
didn't
that.
hear
I
about it
think
either.
I saw that on Friday.
In the news?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was granted parole on Friday. Yeah, I saw that.
Interesting.
Did I retain it? No.
I'm astonished.
Why is that?
Somebody put you out?
That you can only get 9 years for killing
Yeah,
somebody?
you killed somebody. You got convicted of killing somebody.
Where did he do it in South Africa?
Yeah.
Other countries are weird about murder. Because
like
there was a bit on. Now, give me a second while I
Okay,
try and
baby.
explain this out loud.
Go ahead. Why
There
are you
was
so
a
upset?
because I can see beady eyes over there judging me, and I gotta get
Here
home
we
for
go.
sleep.
Here's Sauce trying to explain why other countries think differently about murder.
So there's this documentary about this young couple.
Macaulay Culkin and Cheryl Teagues.
Yes. They murder her parents.
Oh,
And
Macaulay.
That's a different Home Alone.
The guy is from
Now they're going to be permanently
Germany.
Home Alone.
The guy is from Germany.
He is,
And
Macaulay?
his lawyer desperately wants him to stand trial in Germany because in Germany, I think you only get like 10 years for murder. I'm not kidding. That's the story. So that's probably why. In America,
Wouldn't there just be
you
more
can be put to
murders then?
death.
I mean, only 10 years.
But yeah,
Might be worth it.
his attorney wanted him tried in Germany because it's not a life sentence. It's only like 10 years.
I mean, hockey was going to go on a cruise for 3 years.
Damn right.
Sounds like the 10 years might be worth it.
Where did the murder take place?
West Virginia.
Blue Ridge Mountains.
Why would you get to be tried in a different country from when
I don't
where
know.
the crime took place?
I have no idea. Because, he's a citizen of Germany. I don't know. That's my opinion. I think, not my opinion, but I think that a lot of.
You looking it up, Maxo?
But like, remember like years ago when there was that horrible mass shooting at that like amusement park?
Yeah.
And that guy like was only going to get like 25 years. It's something like that. Like other countries don't punish death like America does. Maxo?
Yeah, it says he completed the minimum detention requirements, which is half of his 13-year sentence to make him parole eligible under South African law. And a parole board said it was cool, I guess.
And you know what? I mean, Paris is 6 months after that. Could he be back in the Olympics? We'll see.
Probably not.
You mean
He's not allowed to leave.
Lieber's spot, right?
Oh, he's got to stay in the country?
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of the, and like in this documentary, they both get released and they're one's from Canada and one's from Germany, and they get paroled and they can never come back to the United States.
Well, we'll miss him.
It says the parole board had assessed his overall condition and found that he had a positive support system.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That is shocking.
So
He was
Bundy,
one
if
of the most
Bundy,
supported people in the world.
if Bundy was
so he
in
took out
South
the one
Africa,
that wasn't
he'd
too
be out.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
People
if he had
loved him.
supportive friends.
I bet he did.
Of course he did.
Zach Bundy, would you?
No. The guy killed a bunch of people.
What's the other one he likes?
Richard
Ramirez, would you?
Not knowing what he did.
Okay, before he did all that.
Before that, if I didn't know what he would eventually,
You
start
don't
doing.
have to answer,
I mean, I want to be honest with the people.
Didn't you look at a few pictures of him when you were in a hotel room?
No, I did not. I don't know where you heard that. I am looking at Oscar. Never mind.
Oh, sick.
This is a crazy 15 years to kill somebody there.
By the way, Sonny Gray, 3 years, $75 million he got from the
That
Cardinals.
sucks.
It's a lot of cash.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Paris Hilton announced the birth of her baby girl, and the only reason it's making the news,
the name.
They named it London.
London Hilton.
London,
So now
Paris.
it's Paris Hilton and London Hilton.
Oh.
London joins her brother, Phoenix.
It's one of those conception things. Like Four Christmases in Orlando.
That's how they got pregnant.
I mean, my gosh. A cashier in Michigan accidentally sold a guy 10 sets of lottery numbers instead of one. He only wanted one. Guy that made a mistake accidentally sold him 10. But the guy said, no problem, I'll pay for him anyway. And the 9th set of the numbers won him $25,000 a year for life.
Oh, wow.
But he opted, this is smart, he opted for a lump sum instead of $390,000.
Wow, man. That's cool.
That's a no-brainer.
That's a good story. I
Take
like
the money
that.
up front.
Yeah, man.
That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Here's the opposite. A streaker was removed from It's a Small World at Disneyland yesterday.
Come on.
What?
Just trying to
Was it
prove him
Rosie?
wrong.
You are dedicated to your craft when you do it there.
Man.
I
That
mean,
ride
seriously.
sucks, but kids love it, man.
Oh,
It's a terrible ride.
It's
yes,
terrible.
it is. Yeah, it's the worst.
It's the worst place in the world.
It's terrible, but
It's
again,
might
watching
not
the
be
face
for
of like a
4-year-olds.
4-year-old on that, oh my God,
Yeah.
my 4-year-old freaking couldn't believe it.
Oh, that's cool.
She loved it so much. But it is a nightmare. It sucks.
Check this out, Corey Cove. You may have seen this.
Corliss.
On this date in 1934, noted gangster Babyface Nelson was shot and killed. By the way, 1934. Didn't realize it was that long ago. How old do you think Babyface Nelson was when he was shot and killed?
Probably like 23.
He
Yeah.
was 25, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Wow,
was
man.
going to guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was 1934. Much sadder news. It was on this date in what year that Sean Taylor, of the NFL's Washington Redskins died one day after he was shot in his home in South Florida.
It's got to be late 2000s.
2007?
Like 07
Yeah,
or 08.
2007.
Man.
Well done. Yeah. He was only 24 years
He was a absolute monster.
He was a monster.
He might have been the best. If he'd lived, he might have been the best safety to ever play. He was so good.
Got off to a big start.
Yeah.
Crush everyone.
24 years old.
He was one of those guys that the jacked up segment and stuff, right? On
my gosh,
when they used
When
to
he hit the
highlight
punter?
When they
Oh,
basically
man.
used to highlight giving people concussions.
Right, yeah.
That's what Sean Taylor did. He would just crush people.
Yeah.
And then Patrick Mahomes' brother, when they were going to retire his number, danced all over it on the field. You guys remember that bit?
No.
Yeah. The Kansas City Chiefs were playing Washington, and there was like a big memorial for 21, and it was like closed off, and there's video of his brother doing like a TikTok dance on the number.
Weird.
Hey, let's end on this one because I think maybe some of you have followed this. I know Max is big into MMA and things like that too, and Hawkins as well. But Paul Rudd has recently said when he played Ant-Man that his diet was so restrictive that he considered sparkling water as a reward.
Goodness.
And then he joked like, "Look, I worked my ass off to look the best I ever have, and then I stood next to Chris Hemsworth, and I'm like, why did I do all this? Right? I still look awful, even though
The
I
worst looking one out of the group. Yeah.
But my point is so he's saying sparkling water was considered a reward. Maybe you guys saw a week or so ago when Dana White went viral because he went on an 86-hour water fast.
Jeez.
All he had was water with electrolytes for 86 hours, and it looked like he got completely shredded. I have no idea if those photos are accurate, but it looked like a guy that normally works out. You fast for 86 hours, and it's off the charts good for you.
I wonder if you could do that with beer.
86.
There's no way you
would look like
you
Chris
can go
Hemsworth.
86 hours. Is that what you're asking?
No. It's just the water and go in the 86. Yeah.
I still think at some point we should try to do this as a Power Trip morning show. Maybe not 86 hours, but see who can last the longest fasting.
It'd be you.
I don't know if it can be. I don't think I could last more than, I don't know, maybe a day and change.
I don't know if the station would sign off on that.
Well, there's also that.
Yeah.
They ain't got to know.
I would go Kramer on it.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Walk in.
Here's a question.
Chris, how long do you think you could go?
That's
you could go
private.
2 full days?
I think I could, yeah.
I think that's about absolutely my limit is maybe by the end of the second day, I would just say this is a nightmare.
Yeah, I'd be
How do you go
intolerable.
86
Yeah,
hours?
yeah.
I'd be angry at everybody.
Yeah.
Including yourself.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Hey, Hawk,
Yes, sir.
how much did your heart stop when you saw Dolly Parton in the
I thought it was great,
Dallas Cowboy cheerleader outfit
I just thought it
singing
was so
at
cool,
halftime?
man. What a thing, man, right? 77 years old.
Yeah. I thought of you immediately when she took the stage. I'm like,
Aw.
Hockey right now is having his very best day.
I was living my best.
By the way, happy birthday, Nordo.
Hey, no.
What? He's got to be sneaking up on. Is he 40?
He's 62.
Honestly, how old is Nordo now? Do you know?
39.
39. I knew he was sneaking up on it. All right, 39 years old. Eric Nordquist.
No kidding.
He's
Good for you,
next.
Nordo.
Nordo's a good dude. 9 to noon is next. We're back tomorrow, 5:30 to 9. Thanks, Mus. Have fun tonight.
Yeah, man. We'll talk to you at about 5:45 or so, right?
I'll see you later tonight, Corey.
Yeah.
No, you won't.
Everybody have a wonderful day. Everybody love each other. Only questions and surprises. All the answers.
There's a little congestion on East